Alright, just want to give an update on concrete pour situation. The guys came back and they poured this apron here, that whole section, all the way down here and around that way. So they started over there first, worked their way this way, and when they got all done, it was just a little sprinkle, and then after they left, it started raining more. This side is pretty dry. We only have a little bit of a line here. I'm not too concerned about this side. You can't really, it's not the main side that you're going to see from how we're going to use this space. You're mostly going to come out that door, across, and over there. So that side, you'll see a lot more. Not going to have too much access from here, so I'm not too worried about this side. It's not perfect. This side, on the other hand, over here, this was pretty good. There was no overhang. The problem was where the rain came off the roof here. I don't have gutters on yet. It was just dripping down, and it made a pretty good line here all the way down, and you know, some spots, I don't know if we can be able to see it on the video or not, but some stones coming through. The worst spot is where it came down the valley here, and it really kind of dug it up. Also came along here. So I contacted the Empire State Masonry and said, hey, is there anything we can do about this, and you have any ideas? Very politely. And they said, oh, we'll come take a look at it tomorrow. And they came out the next day and looked at it and decided it's got to come out. So they said they're gonna rip it out. The plan was to cut the three boards from pretty much here over out. The stamps here are 3 boards wide, so we were just going to cut the 3 boards over, cut a line down that, and rip that out. I'm probably going to have a discussion with them and see if they'll just go all the way back to here, because you have the expansion joint here, and I wasn't sure how we would join this. At any rate, we'll see if they think this will be okay joined here. If we got to put in another expansion joint, they put in this I don't know, foamy material in between the 2 slabs. I had this one done, I don't know, several weeks, a month ago, and just got this ready for them to come back and do. But unfortunately, the rain stuck it to us. They did a great job, just wasn't in the cards. So at any rate, I was going to try to help them rip it out here. I started on it. They got the rebar in here, and I don't have something to cut the rebar, so we'll see if they can come back and saw cut this all the way through with their big saw. I might just be able to grab these chunks with my grapple on my tractor and just rip the whole things out and pull it away. But I can't do that with the rebar in there. So that's where it's at. There was no arguments, you know. He was disappointed, I was disappointed. We were both in the same boat there. I wanted it to look good, he wants it to look good. You know, obviously he didn't want to have to come back and redo it, but he didn't complain about it or anything. He said that's what we got to do. So they're planning on coming back this week. Their schedule's pretty busy, so, you know, working with them on whenever they can find a hole to fit me in to get this redone. I'm not in a super hurry, so whenever we can get to it. But since he was so, I don't know, forthcoming, just said we gotta redo it, I offered to pay for the concrete. He said, if you help me rip it out and, you know, re-pour it, reframe it, I'll pay for the concrete. I think that was a good solution to this situation. I'm pleased with it. I think he is. So they didn't stain any of this. That's why it looks very different than inside the patio here. This they stained and dyed and everything. We decided not to do this or that until, you know, this was all in right, so they could do it all in one batch of stain, so it didn't, you know, look difference between that and this. So that's where I'm at. We'll see. I'll give you an update after they come back, and we'll go from there. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident in them. So we'll see. Well, they came back today to rip out the messed up concrete. They did a great job pulling that all out, and looks like it turned out pretty good here. Overall, pretty pleased. They did a good job today. It's a tight maneuvering, you know, around in here, the jackhammer and things, but they got it all out. Got it framed up to repour tomorrow. Cool. All right, final outcome of the stamped concrete here. It turned out pretty good. So this is the part that they replaced all through here. It matches well with all this section they didn't replace. They did also replace this little swath here. I got a board on top of it, but it was about to here. Was added back in. All in all, I think it turned out very, very good. I'm pretty pleased with it here. So that's pretty much it on the stamped concrete. It turned out pretty good. I realized I should have done a little bump up here or something to keep water from getting in there. When it rains really hard, it'll go right under the door. But it's a patio. I didn't really care. Most of the time, the plan is for it to be open like this. So part of the reason, the main reason that the concrete is this funny shape like this is because my septic tank is like right there. So that was what I came up with so that I could easily get to it. Obviously I didn't want to put concrete over it, but about where that little loader's sitting, I put a riser for the septic tank under there, and it's just a few inches under the gravel. I think it turned out pretty good, and that's pretty much it. All in all, I was pretty pleased with the guys at Empire State Masonry, and yeah, it turned out pretty good.